Education of London has just come out with new rankings of the top universities under 50 years old. At this point, UIC is ranked 4th in the entire nation and 19th in the world among these universities. The editor of this publication said this: "These rankings are not about the old institutions that dominate the traditional ranking. It's about a new breed of global universities, those that have managed to join the world's top table in just decades rather than centuries, and others showing great promise for the future. The new ranking gives us a glimpse of the future, hinting at who the future Harvard and Cambridge universities may be." Now, to explain more about the Honors College, let me tell you where I was when I was 18, 19, 20, and 21 years old. It was at Randolph-Macon Women's College. Here's a picture postcard from the late 1800s. It looks pretty much exactly like that still today. Every time there's usually one person in the audience who has heard of Randolph-Macon Women's College. Do we have that person today? Not even the one. Today it's called Randolph College. There's one. Today it's called Randolph College because about 6 years ago it went co-ed. But at the time I was there, about 600 women for all 4 years of college in Lynchburg, Virginia. I rarely had a class that had more than 20 students in it. All of my fellow students were bright, motivated, creative. I got personalized mentoring from the faculty who knew me well and cared about me. I had opportunities to do internships and to do research directly with the faculty. And when I applied to graduate school, I had the advantage of having done a senior honors thesis under the supervision of a faculty member. So I had something to write about in my personal statement. I had faculty who could write me personalized letters of recommendation, and I had something to talk about when I went on those interviews for graduate school. I know that I'm standing here today because of those things. I was engaged by the academic curriculum, and I was supported by that personalized environment. Why am I telling you this? Because the Honors College at UIC delivers every single one of those things. It is the small, hand-holding, quality liberal arts college that sits within the huge research university that is UIC. So if you come to UIC and you come to the Honors College at UIC, you will have the best of both worlds. You'll have that small, personalized attention that I talked about, but you'll have something I did not have at Randolph-Macon Women's College. You will have access to the best faculty in the nation, in the world. Our faculty are all leaders. I'm sure that you've heard the saying, those who can do and those who can't teach. Well, at UIC, our faculty do and they teach. They are doing cutting-edge research every day, whether it's in their laboratory or out in the community or elsewhere. Then they turn right around and deliver cutting-edge lectures in the classroom because of all of that experience and that expertise that they bring to you. And you have them as mentors to work with in research. Every single Honors College student does research before they graduate. So, faculty top the list of one of the big advantages of the Honors College. There are others. There are special educational resources and opportunities. One key example is coursework. During the freshman year in the Honors College, you get a special one-credit freshman seminar with your assigned advisor where you are taught how to do college. Because you're not taught how to do college when you're in high school. But we'll fix that for you. This will be a supportive seminar taught by your own advisor. You will also take 2 special 3-credit courses, one each semester, called core courses, taught by the best faculty on campus. Very small courses, like the best freshman seminars taught at any place in this country. These are general education granting courses. That means that they don't add to anything else you have to do. Whatever your major, whatever your home college, such as LAS or engineering, those courses count toward that major. It's not extra work, it's just better work. You also get specialized advising, as I mentioned, During your sophomore year, you get assigned to a special faculty fellow who has agreed, some faculty member from across the campus in your discipline who has agreed to take on a half dozen honor students for special mentoring in the discipline. You get leadership opportunities, and you get access to social and cultural events in this great city of Chicago. We have something called the Chicago Signature Honors Program. It's run by 2 postdoctoral fellows who are faculty and residents in the Honors College. You will get to go for free to the Lyric Opera, to Steppenwolf, to the Art Institute, and to all sorts of other cultural venues across the city. No point being in Chicago unless you take advantage of all of that. In addition, about 30% of Honors College students at any one time receive some special type of financial reward, whether that's a grant to start something in the community, or to go study abroad, or money to do your research or tuition waivers. We have extra financial support available. All of these things are going to enrich your college life. They're going to give you a competitive edge for graduate school and for the best jobs after graduation. Now I want to give you a couple of examples of what Honors College students are able to do. As a senior last year, Nick Flores spent a lot of his time in courtrooms. But it was for a good reason. He had an internship with the Cook County State's Attorney Office, and he's now in his second year of law school, where he got a $100,000 scholarship to study. Very unusual. Then there's Pam Pimentel, who published a paper with me as an undergraduate and is earning her doctorate now in legal studies at Florida International University. She just won a federal grant that will fund her research on why juveniles falsely confess to crimes that they didn't actually commit. A 2013 graduate, Susie Ascui, and another named Wenji Guo, both won Fulbright Awards. Susie is attending the University of Geneva in Switzerland, and Wenji is at Oxford, where she's getting a PhD in cancer epidemiology. Both of them are GPPA students who will return to complete their medical degrees here at UIC, the largest medical college in the country. Justin Fiala, a 2009 graduate who completed his medical degree at UIC in 2013, just got his dream residency at the Mayo Clinic. I could easily go on and on and on with dozens and dozens and hundreds of examples exactly like this, but my point is this: every single Honors College student has access to those kinds of opportunities, every one of them. And aside from academic opportunities, there's another important opportunity you need to understand, and that is social support. One of our current Honors College students, Franceli Robles, told me this in an unsolicited email one evening. The Honors College is great. It's become my home, not just because I study there, but because everyone, the advisors, the faculty, and the students are caring and supportive. Atia Khan said this: UIC becomes your home away from home, and the Honors College becomes your family. The diversity that you see, the opportunities that you get, and the people you meet are all things you cannot experience at just any university. UIC is one of a kind, and being an Honors College student is the best part. You can see from these students and from everything you've heard thus far that the Honors College gives a special added value to the UIC education: community, context, challenge, and opportunity. If you come here, I guarantee you'll be just like Emmanuel Cordova, who said once, I will always look back and realize that my future success started with UIC and the Honors College. Okay, now, students, you're here for an interview. You're going to have to write an impromptu essay, and you're going to be interviewing with a professional who is trained on asking you questions and listening for the kinds of answers we want to hear here in the Honors College. So a word of advice: relax. Anxiety is like a fog, and it comes down over your cognitive processes, and it will cause you not to hear the question or be able to respond to it unless you just relax. And I know this because I'm a professor of
psychology.
Exactly. We are looking to find out who you are, what we couldn't tell from what you've already put on paper or an electronic form. We want to know who you are, but we also want to know what you're going to give us. Are you going to be the kind of honors college student we want? What will you give back to the honors college and to this campus? So relax. If you didn't hear the question, ask the interviewer to repeat it and have fun showing us who you are and all of your strengths. I'm going to say something that might seem a little odd for me to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Some of you aren't going to get in. If you don't get in, there are many paths to success in this life. You will find another one. Okay? Most of you, however, will. You've already made it through several hoops if you're sitting in this room. Many hoops. In fact, I can tell you standing here right now, there are 4,000 initiated applications to the Honors College for the 400 seats we will fill in the fall. But you've already made it through several levels of the funnel to be here. So that's another reason for you to relax. Okay? Now, before I introduce Associate Dean Williams to you, who's going to tell you what the rest of the day will be like, and also give you more details on the things I've only brushed through very quickly, I want to say thank you to all of my staff for being here today. I want to say thank you to all of you for coming and having an interest in UIC and the Honors College. And I want to thank all of the interviewers who have come to spend their time with us this afternoon. And here is Dean Williams. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, you're there. Let me make sure you can hear me. Usually that's not a problem. Well, I'm very excited to welcome you to our campus today. It's a great day to be on our campus as we are in session, and so you'll see the wide variety of students that we have on our campus. I am Stacy Williams. I'm the Associate Dean of the Honors College, and I have the great pleasure to tell you a little bit more details about what your experience as a UIC Honors College student would be like. As a student in the Honors College, you would need to maintain a couple of requirements. You first need to do an honors activity each term, and fortunately this is built in to many of the curricular requirements that you have anyway. Dean Bottoms talked to you quite a bit about many of those opportunities. You would need to also maintain a 3.4 cumulative UIC grade point average on our 4-point scale. And we do require that you are involved in the daily life of the college. We want you to attend lectures, we want you to hang out in the lounge, we want you to come to social events and really be a part of the college. It's a participatory sport, not one that you can sit on the sidelines and just not participate. During the first year, you would have access to many of the things that Dean Bottoms told you about in order to transition you to college study. You would have that first year core course, that general education course that meets your degree requirements, but gives you a specialized honors experience that helps to develop your critical reading, writing, thinking, and discussion skills. You'd have that first year experience seminar taught by your academic advisor, who will begin to work with you during summer orientation to help you select your first semester classes. We'll meet with you each semester of your first year to help you build a 3 or 4 year plan in order to get you graduated by the class of, do you be 2018? Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? We also provide a significant number of community building events, from the freshman picnic that's shown here to hot chocolate with the dean, pizza parties, and culminating in our Honors College Ball in the spring. And many of those are organized by the Honors Ambassador, who's essentially your big brother or big sister on campus, that helps to make certain that all of your questions are answered, that you know the direction that you're going from a student perspective. Then Ambassador will begin to meet with you also during summer orientation, so you have somebody before you even set foot on campus to ask your questions of. During the second and third years, you have an opportunity to do more individualized work as your honors activity. From honors seminars and honors courses in the major, undergraduate research, which you've already heard about, Culminating in the capstone, you can certainly start that early, and we encourage you to do so. Civic engagement projects where you can get involved in nonprofit organizations and other institutions around the community. Tutoring both on and off campus to help reinforce things that you've been learning in the classroom. And study abroad to give you an outstanding perspective of the global world in which we live and figure out how things happen in different countries other than the United States. And during the senior year, you do have that honors capstone experience, that in-depth examination of a topic that you get to choose and work with a faculty member on, culminating in the development of your research, writing, and presentation skills. The capstones are typically presented each spring at the Student Research Forum, which will take place on our campus on April 8th. So I invite you to come on back and see what some of our seniors have been doing this year. And to summarize many of the other benefits of Honors College membership, you have a professional advising staff to guide you through your academics, as well as faculty mentoring through our Faculty Fellows Program. I've talked about those events that you have, the facilities, which you'll have an opportunity to see today in Burnham Hall. That includes computer labs, classroom space, lounges, kitchen, and quiet study areas. You've heard about the Chicago Signature Honors programming, giving you an opportunity to take advantage of the cultural opportunities in the city of Chicago, and many student organization and leadership opportunities. So what does all of this mean to our students? Well, it means excellence. And on a national playing field, our students go on to do some amazing things, such as winning nearly 100 nationally competitive scholarships and fellowships, including Rhodes Scholarship, Gates Cambridge Scholarships. You've heard about some of the Fulbright Fellowships that our students have acquired. We are a national leader in Gilman Scholarships, and it just goes on and on and on. So nationally, our students are very competitive, not only getting these types of scholarships, but getting into graduate and professional schools. So last year, we graduated 321 students in the class of 2013. On the day that the students graduated, we queried them as to what their plans were after graduation. And on the day that they graduated, 56% had already obtained a seat in graduate or professional school, 25% were doing graduate studies or law school, 15% were doing medical school, and 16% were doing other health-related studies. And in a very competitive job market, 30% of our students had a full-time work offer on the table on the day that they graduated in May. Today, in addition to being considered for Honors College admission, you'll also be considered for one of our 4-year scholarships for entering first-year students. These include the Kerr Scholarship, which is a full tuition and fee waiver that's renewable for 4 years. The Academic Excellence Award, which is $8,000 per year for 4 years. Academic Distinction Award, which is $5,000 per year. And the Honor Scholars Award, which is $3,000 per year. We are also excited to be partnering with the President's Award Program on our campus to escalate students who have been selected for the PAP Scholars Award. Select students may be offered the PAP Honor Scholarship, which will cover full tuition and housing. And lastly, the Allie Dowd Memorial Scholarship will cover $10,000 per year for the next 4 years. In order to be eligible for these scholarships, there's no separate application you need to file for the Honors College. But for some of these scholarships, we will take into consideration not only academic merit, but unmet financial need. So we do encourage you to file the FAFSA as soon as you possibly can so we have access to that information. And there'll be more information about financial aid later on today. The freshman admissions decision is based on a number of criteria, including much of the stuff that you've already submitted with your application to UIC, including standardized test scores, your high school class rank, your grades in a high school GPA, as well as the courses that you've taken, your extracurricular interests and activities, and the application essays. Today, we'll gather more information from you through impromptu essays, as well as the interview, where we want to highlight the things that you have not told us or that you want to give us some more details on. We do expect that we'll have decisions sent back to you within 2 to 3 weeks. And as Dean Bottoms mentioned, we are expecting to bring in a class of about 400 students in the fall. For more information, I do encourage you to visit our website at www.uic.edu/honors or ask us today. You'll be surrounded by current students, staff, faculty, and alumni, and we all are happy to answer the questions that you may have about what life is like here at UIC. So take that opportunity to get your questions answered today. So you might want to know how this day is going to work for you.